Alright, time to fix the chat. Alright. Pop out chat. And then I gotta go here. And I gotta go to properties. And I gotta delete this link. And I have to get the new link. New link. Pop that in the dealie. Okay. Chat is live. I'm obviously not going to make you go into the chat because you're here.
Yeah.
But if you... Not that anyone's... I don't know who's going to join. But if anyone just gets, like, overtly racist, can you pop in and smack them?
Okay.
Thank you. Really, no amount of racism is great. So if you see any racism, feel free to...
No racism.
I'd prefer a no racism policy. That's best.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so let me... Could you imagine if you didn't say you agree and you're just like, well... I gotta change the headphone tip because she has baby ears.
I do.
Small. Come on. Should have done this before the stream. But I'm not a prepared streamer, you know this by now.
It's so good.
Didn't
you do this?
I did, but I think they make you do it every time. It's one of their many recurring bits. Okay, that should be good. And then when you put it in, remind me to turn off noise canceling. Oh, okay. So, enter current time. What time is it? It is 9. I'm actually gonna wait till it goes to 59 and do it.
Why?
Because I want it to be exact. Let me turn off the... Oh, I fumbled the bag. Oh, my headphones are probably connected to my phone, not my computer. Let me go fix that in just a second. This is the longest minute of my life. What is happening? There you go. Okay. AQD. Okay. Just set your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. All right, let's get back to the video game now. All right. So first things first, I gotta move the chat because I realize there's chat bubbles in the game. Second, I gotta fix my audio because currently it is not set up properly. So bear with me 1 minute. Like I said, unprepared streamer. It's kind of my thing. It's kind of my MO to just be unprepared at all times. Network devices, AirPods, connect. And that should show up on here then, because I think... Give me a pretzel. Yes. Alright. That's pretty yummy. Okay. We have audio now. Sweet. Okay. So, obviously you've seen one of these streams before. You know there's no rules on swearing. Say whatever you want. But, as established, a zero tolerance racism policy.
Why would I be racist?
You're never racist, but like in the chat, like you'll see it up here. If you see someone get weird, I need you to run in and smack them at high velocities. All right. So, for context, I got a new computer. My save didn't carry over, so we're restarting the entire thing, which is no big deal. I think we're only like 2 hours in. What's 2 hours, right?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Sorry, I was chewing a pretzel real good. All right, so I'm gonna mute up for certain bits because it's like integral that you hear. Sorry, I was making sure my mic thing was working. That it's integral that you hear certain parts. I'm gonna mute up when I feel is necessary. And now we have control of the stand man here, so we're good.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Or, better idea.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yep, I got it. Can I crouch? What's my crouch key? Oh, 1 second. I gotta change that. Field of view for one's going all the way to 90 because I'm a professional gamer. Second, controls, crouch. Gonna be mouse button number 4, so I can just rapid bag. All right, and out the window.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration.
Game audio's a bit low.
Realized it was
Okay, 1 second.
part of
Let me
the
know if it
game's
still needs to go
design all
higher.
along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're
Shadows invisible. There you go. Yeah, let me know if it
here,
needs
what
to
do
go
you
higher.
think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Ew.
Then in that case...
They said it was a. Sorry, I should have done all this before I started, but you know, professional streamer here. I gotta see. Can I turn on the share reticle? Yeah, there you go.
Case will continue. But now, here comes the...
What? I don't even see it. Is it like baby small or what? Ooh, enables translated labels on top of in-world text. That's actually kind of cool. I want that on. All right. Reticle's first-person shooter, second-person shooter, plasma rifle, Joe's favorite. Okay. Wait, they have over... Oh, that'd be so annoying. You can have a mouse cursor on? Should I do it? No.
No.
I'm not evil.
Real question.
Said
What
it
do you
could be
think
a
would have
little louder.
happened if
Okay.
you had told me?
There you go. All right.
Me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
Make it first.
Would I
Oh.
have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think
Oh
about it.
my god.
Would it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would
I'm now
be
sick with the
not
bit.
knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I guess we'll restart. Oh, it comes up after a second. I have the
All of
dot
his
because
co-workers
there's...
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I turned on the dot because there's some parts you have to like hit keypads, and I was always really bad at figuring out where I was supposed to actually click, so... But I am salivating at the thought of the adventure line right now.
Oh,
That's my favorite bit. Also, okay, so she was mentioning a second ago, right? I was looking at the Steam reviews for this game just a second ago for some reason. I don't know what compelled me to do that. Someone, I'm not going to say who, is experiencing the Stanley Parable in Microsoft PowerPoint. 5 frames a second in Stanley Parable. How? How do you even, like, how does that even... I just don't understand. Like, even on, like, my old laptop, like, the original Stanley Parable ran at, like, 60 frames. Gold, no problems. Oh. That's where the adventure line escapes right there. I'm up to date on my adventure line lore.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so what do you think? Do you think we should get the actual ending out of the way so we could do all the fuck shittery afterwards? Or do you think we should just begin with fuck shittery and do the actual ending later?
well, didn't we do the actual ending last time?
First? Yeah, I think so.
Just go into the fuck shittery.
Alright, yeah, let's do fuck shittery.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I'm a prankster!
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I'm over.
But eager to get back to business,
Bit's
Stanley
over.
took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, that's actually really sick that it does this. Like the subtitles, like it's kind of like the alt text thing on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's actually really nice. Don't jump from cargo lift during motion.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Splat.
mean? Stanley
Woke.
decided
Stanley
to go to
Splat.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. So I'm not in the jump circle. Fuck. I'm trying to remember, do I have to actually do the original ending to unlock the new
When
content
Stanley
door?
came to a set of 2 open doors,
Or do I
he
just
entered
need
the door
an
on his
ending?
left.
Flat Stanley. Oh my god. I don't know. That just shot a memory into my brain at 9,000 miles an hour.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Honestly, when you... Oh. Now, my fellow gamers, do I enter the closet? I'm entering the fuck.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Like hell I did. And park mass right here. TF2
There was
reference.
nothing here. No
Sick.
choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Shut the fuck up. I'm vibing in the broom closet. So when I logged into Netflix earlier to watch that
It was
first, like,
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
shaking the
He
bars
wasn't
of my
even doing
cage.
anything.
Broom
If he had
closet!
something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Damn right. When I logged into Netflix earlier to watch the first, like, 10 minutes of that Breaking Bad episode, I forgot that my profile picture
Are you really still in the broom closet?
is now a capybara.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yeah.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Stanley enters broom closet, refuses to
You
elaborate,
do realize
doesn't
there's
leave.
No choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past it to find out, but it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes, I did. You're so right. True. Stanley Parable speedrun. Bee hopping like crazy right now. Getting it. This elevator will always live rent-free in my head because Germa's chat let him sit in it
Yeah.
for 45 minutes before they told him this doesn't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
And when he found out, he was so mad.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Get the fucking jump circles with their required. There should have been an item. Like a portable jump circle. Dude, this chat is so antagonistic. Like, they fucking hate him. Germa's chat hates him, but he's their favorite person. It's so weird. Including me, I fucking hate him, but I love him so much.
To question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not.
Like, I've
go
never seen a
unanswered
streamer
for long.
brought to almost tears by his chat as often as Germa.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
There is a bear who is barking outside. Escape! Do we do mind control facility or escape? Going to go bother Dad?
Absolutely.
Yeah, figured. Mind control or escape?
Hi, Mr.
There's a boy. So I can get his noggin in the shot. Hold on. Come here. His body is showing up. Oh, he's trying to go under the desk. There's not enough room under there for you, bud. It's packed down here. By feet and leg. It's a boy. It's a very big boy. I haven't showed my dog on stream, but you can tell by like the ghastly visage of a dog right here that he's huge.
He's so big.
I need you to show head. Come here.
Don't say that.
What are you... I'm sorry. Come here. Give me your big old noodle. No. Give me... I'm trying. It's like trying to wrangle Moby Dick. Come here. Okay. He's gonna splat down right here. Eventually, he'll rise.
Oh, really? Really?
He really likes being a foot warmer. It's like his favorite thing. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. He's a very good boy. Got a thick neck, though. I was trying to pick his head up to show the dog, and it's just solid. He's just like, no, I don't think so. Like, that's not happening. So what do you think? Escape or mind control?
Are you trying to do the run-of-the-mill ending?
Well, I can't remember if you have to do the regular ending to get the new content door.
But just do the regular ending.
Let's do this. Is my game running back that's on the wrong
Although
hard
this
drive?
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Sweet. Sounds gay, man.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this
Wait,
point,
lean back.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to
POV,
walk
I take my
forward
schizophrenia
and
pills.
willingly confront his death.
Mr. Man, I'm sorry I didn't mean to bump into you.
Hi.
He's so cute.
He's staring right at me. He's got big old eyes.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he
Cameo here.
resigned and willingly
bear.
accepted this violent end to his brief and
He's a good
shallow
boy.
life. Farewell, Stanley.
Opportunity to steal my spot back.
Farewell,
Nice.
Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led
He's doing the
helplessly
headbutt.
into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
You can see the top of puppy ear. He's not cozy there. There you go. If I can tilt this down a little more. There he is! You know what's great about this? My software is recognizing him as a person. Because it's picking him up on here. He's a people.
He's a people.
Okay, I need to tilt this back up. Eventually, I need to just buy a second camera specifically for puppy. I need a puppy cam.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Oh, that's right. This is the museum
Do you
ending.
see
Oh,
now?
yeah.
Do you see that
sorry.
Stanley
No,
was
no, no.
already
Or did you
dead
just wait?
from the
I think he
moment
just
he
wait.
hit
Come on.
start?
God, he's literally pushing my chair. Hank dog. Back at the grind. Put in my reps. I just be clicking shit. I meant to look at those before I clicked them. Ooh, more shit to click. Ooh. Sick. More shit to click. Unironically, every game should have a museum. Like, hidden somewhere like this where all the assets are at.
Banger.
Playing a little ditty. Dead mouse be like. Gotcha. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. I will now read everything in the robot voice. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Dude, I feel like there's so much shit in this game I just don't remember. Alien base, awesome. Yeah, every game like this should have a museum. Like every game in general would have like I wish Destiny just had like a walking museum where you could just like dick with things. That'd be so cool. Like the Snapchat now sends you notifications about new lenses. Like I give a shit. I haven't taken a photo on your app in like 4 months. What makes you think I'm gonna be like, ooh, new filter, gotta take a picture? I don't. I literally only use you to make sure my friends aren't dead, and that's pretty much it. The confusion ending. Which one's the confusion? Oh, I think the confusion ending is the adventure line.
Is it?
I think so. Oh, it's fucked up. You can't pull them. Why?
That is fucked up. You
Oh.
should be able to pull them.
Zending. There you go. I don't know why I said it like that shit stank.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press
Or secondary option. Flat Stanley. Let's go.
quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
No, I'm good.
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Pancaking. The cinder block option.
My fucking mic peaked, so the cinder block
All
ending.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I got it stuck in my head again. Shit stank. Ooh. Found the input received computer.
When Stanley came to a set of
Speed
two open
run.
doors, he entered the door on his
Room
left.
closet. Where's it at? Speedrunning this shit. Turn.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Turn.
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Yeah!
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Whatever. All right.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
I didn't even
upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Next snap goes. Intercepted me. I didn't even check to see if the new content door was there. I think you have to do the actual ending of this one.
Stepping into his manager's office,
2045.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
He's over here. The critter. Critter.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Dude, have you seen that video where it's like my doctors after my sex reassignment surgery to like swinging a hot dog everywhere?
No.
I'm literally doing that to his ear down here. Creature, yeah, exactly.
Here.
Alright, so I say,
What, milking my creature?
oh god, drop frames 31. Yeah, I'm glad they're coming to fix my internet tomorrow, because that's rough.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's disconnected, but it sure did drop frames. So I feel like we'll probably do like
Stanley walked straight ahead
2-ish,
through the large
3-ish
door
hours
that
of this,
read,
and then probably do
"Mind
some more
Control
tomorrow after I fix my
Facility."
internet.
Yeah.
Mind control facility.
Facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Here we go.
It is
This mind control
amazing
facility, it was too
feature
horrible to believe. It couldn't
that
be
your
true.
computer is also
Had Stanley really been under
I
someone's
know, dude.
control
It
all
gets
this
so
time?
hot here in my
Was
computer.
this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
It's not as
That
bad
his
right now because
emotions
it's
had
only
been
Stanley Parable. But like when I play
manipulated to
Killing
accept
Floor,
it
I feel like I'm
by
actually in hell.
it's immersive.
No.
It's an immersive sim
He couldn't
for me.
accept it.
Like when I'm playing
He
Firebug and it's like
in
the
someone
flamethrower
else's
character,
control.
and it gets really hot
Never.
because it's trying to load
It
all the
was
fire particles. I'm like,
unthinkable.
oh my god, I feel like I'm
Wasn't
really
it?
there, and like my
Was it
skin's
even
melting
possible?
off.
Just like me, for real.
Had he truly spent
Just like
his
me for real,
entire
Like, oh my god, it's so immersive. Like my
into the world?
flesh is melting off like Raiders of the Lost Ark. The Nazis flipping open the fucking haunted
But here was the
cabinet.
proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or
I'm gonna go and
content.
turn it off
Walking,
and do the
eating,
actual ending.
working,
I think that's
all of
how I
it
unlock the
monitored
new
and
content
commanded
door.
from this very place.
Speculate
And as the
power.
cold reality of his past began to sink in,
Or I can
Stanley
hit on
decided that
and
this
make him
machinery
die
would
in another
never again
horrible way,
exert
which
its
sounds kind of
terrible
funny.
power over another human life. For he... Oh, Stanley, you just activated the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley.
The water?
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear
I made a
detonators
fucky
are set to
wucky.
explode,
I'm about to go in the forever
eliminating
box,
the
bro.
entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. minutes.
Oh, shit.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
What?
More time to talk about you, about me,
God.
where we're going, what all this means.
I don't think there's any actual way to clear this.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
No, fuck.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Why is this so intense?
Oh dear me, what's the
And
matter,
for
Stanley?
what?
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door.
feel so attacked. This is
Everything,
exactly what
anything,
I'm
something
doing.
here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it, Doc Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go?
There's a way to actually stop it?
Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
I'm fucking dead. If you can deduce that. Or unless through heavy editing. Do that, but no, I guess not.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see where...
Yeah, it keeps doing that. It keeps cutting off like tail ends and voice lines.
I think it's because I'm walking too
New
fast. I think it cuts it
content?
off if you.
What does that mean? New content.
New content.
Jumping circle.
Jump circle. Actually, I realized I fucked up last time. You're not supposed to actually burn all your jumps in the first jump circle because there is a second jump circle.
That you can burn all your jumps in?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle?
We use exactly one jump. You may jump once.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
I love how you just
This is new
apparate
content,
whenever you
then I
stand
could
up
just
out of the
read you
chair.
the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new... Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievement, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Yes, I agree. Oh, I've been restarted. Oh?
What is going on?
Psst! Event! I want to show you something.
Okay.
Do you see?
But then it's bent?
No, my pant has been eaten by the wheel.
The wheel is a hungry boy.
You remember
Like,
how cheap and
there you go.
unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories.
God, I was trying
so
not
I
to
can
yawn.
relive the peak experiences of my life.
I was trying not to yawn, and when you try not to yawn, it makes you look even worse than if you just yawned. My whole face was just like...
Whenever I watch.
Of course it blocks it out. I like... That is all. Alright.
You could only see the eyes.
It's really
Experiences
scary.
like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then,
When someone
video
yawns,
games
it
had
activates
integrity.
my sleepy
Back
agent.
then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste. And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was
Gone through it,
literally
huh?
every game ever
I
created.
realized how sleepy
it
I
was
was.
Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of
I
new
can't.
elevator content.
So I've noticed that I've disconnected like 6 times in the last 5 minutes. So we might actually have to call it short today, and then once they fix the internet tomorrow, come back to it, because it's been disconnecting and reconnecting like a lot.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable,
I just like doing
surprising,
vile
and
shit. Fuck
rewarding
off.
Yeah,
choices
no,
I've
I
ever
didn't
been
knock
confronted
it.
with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. The rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved
Your gripper.
video game
Your flipper.
memories.
Yeah, I just disconnected again. I'm wondering if I should call it now, because it's already disconnected like 3 times in the last 10 minutes, and I feel like my internet is exclusively being bad right now because it knows it's getting fixed tomorrow. At least I hope that's what's happening. Yeah, because it just keeps cutting internet. Yeah, it disconnected again. It did it again. They're coming to fix the internet tomorrow at like 10 or so, or like between 10 and noon. So I'll stream after that, and hopefully it's fixed at that point. But
And then we can have daylight and stuff.
yeah, well, I mean, we can. Yeah, I mean, daylight doesn't affect it a whole lot.
Okay.
I was just trying to be hostile. All right. Well, we will see y'all tomorrow. I'll also have the girly with me then as well. And hopefully the internet will be working a lot better tomorrow than it is today, because right now it is running like cheeks. So I can only hope tomorrow it's running better than it's running now. But I'm almost tempted just to leave the game running so I can make sure I'm in the same exact spot I was tonight.
Well, you're gonna have to turn your laptop off tomorrow or tonight, because it's
Yeah.
going to feel like you're in the 9th circle if you don't.
That's correct, yeah. Oh, I just realized. I don't think it saves your endings. I think that's why when I load it up, it said begin the game. Because it restarts from the beginning every time.
Right.
Unless it does, and I don't know. What? See, this is why I need you in the chat. I got spam bots in here.
Oh god.
How do I ban?
Here, I'll do it.
Hold on. Remove. They're spamming this shit. What the fuck? Report. I'm gonna do pornography. Yeah, report that. Hide user on my channel. There you go. Get fucked,
You did both?
bot. Yeah.
Okay.
Get fucked, you fucking idiot. Stupid fucking bot. Mid-ass bot. Fuck out of here.
That shit stank. No,
That shit stank, don't it, for real. Alright, so we'll be back tomorrow and hopefully my internet's working better. I pray it's working better tomorrow. If it's running worse, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. He will.
I'm begging YouTube to let me block. Yeah, let me like mute them from the channel. What's annoying is it only lets me like can I just like put them in an indefinite timeout forever? Oh my god, yeah! I'm just timing this bitch out. Oh yeah, that's great. Moderation. Alright, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm stalling at this point, but hopefully my internet's running better tomorrow. And if it's not, I'll give an update on what's going on. If anything, I might just go to T-Mobile and buy a portable internet thing to have in my own room, because at this point, I don't know. So, sorry it was a short stream, but hopefully it's running better tomorrow. Bye.